Sure.
All right, Jordan, do it. But like, do it like you're not looking at your camera.
Hold on, I gotta move the screen over now.
All right, we're live. Jordan's, there you go. We're live. A lot of setup for a little payoff. Just gonna throw that out.
We've obviously increased our sound budget. So
we have a sound guy, officially.
yeah, officially. He just signed his 10-year contract with us. So
welcome back. Screenplay, not Two Idiots, One Podcast. We've changed our name.
Shit, I'm on the wrong podcast. I gotta go.
We are on episode 9. Almost 10 episodes. We should do like some like fancy thing for our 10th episode.
Yeah, we should do a naked hot tub stream.
I'm not doing a naked stream.
Jordan,
we're in a hot
fly
tub
out here and we'll do it all together.
Okay, special guest, Sind, that boy David.
I'm back,
I'm not
guys.
saying his full name this time because he's upset about it. Yeah, screenplay. So what's happening, guys?
Well, so let's go ahead and revisit a very good topic that Dave brought up. Tony, what would you like to do for our special stream for like our milestone?
Episode 10?
Stream?
Let's do a top 10. Let's do a top 10 list. And we'll get all like fancy. I'll put a tie on, like do my hair.
Okay, I'm gonna get a bowler tie.
Dude,
That's
I'll wear
fine.
a full
That's
suit.
fine. Dave, this is very bold of you to assume that you're coming back. You gotta pay us
I
because
want you
Jordan
back.
didn't see the flat.
No, I want you back,
He
Dave.
shuts his camera off.
No, damn it, no.
It's fine. Look, oh shit, it's fine. We got
Dave.
we got this.
What do you want for the top 10?
No,
or
no.
not the top 10, but what do
There
you
we
want for the
go.
10th stream?
Well, I think it'd be cool if like you came out and we did the stream in person. Like we all grouped up.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be
Now, here's another one.
Top 10
So I'd
comics
say we
I've
combine-
actually read.
That would be a short episode.
sick. That's it. Also, it might be cool to do like top 10 video games of 2022 or top 10 releases.
We
of
can pick a
2022.
topic, but I think if you agree, Jordan, we should do a top 10. I think that'd be
That's
fun.
cool.
I agree. Also, we should combine all of our ideas at once. So obviously, I'm going to contribute a naked hot tub stream. So what we'll do is we'll do a top 10 in suits, bottom down naked hot tub stream in person.
I do have a hot tub.
And I do not own suit pants, so we've already got a little bit of this covered.
Listen, both of you are in the military, so like, and I'm working on a TikTok right now that's gonna go live probably next week. But I don't know if any of the viewers are interested in it. But military guys got some weird obsession with crotches and poop, and I don't know if I want to be in a hot tub with two dudes who have the same attitude about feces and penises.
Dude, it's just camaraderie.
Yeah. First of all, if there's no reason we can't share the water with a brown submarine floating around.
Jordan, if you take a shit in my hot tub, no, fucking no.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, what if I'll come down and we'll do it on like your couch side by side, and then we'll like awkwardly Photoshop Chef in.
Yeah.
Dude, Chef, you can drive down.
Dude, that's a 10-hour drive. That's
I'd do it for you.
What if we'll meet halfway and do it in a Holiday Inn?
No, Dave, you just fucking no. We'll just drive down. Well, I'll drive.
God.
I'm.
That would be.
If we can plan it a couple weeks in advance, I'll do it. Yeah.
Couple weeks is next week, bud. It's episode 10
Dude.
next week.
Maybe we save that for a big milestone. I feel like that's a big one. Maybe like 25.
Or 10.
Well, shit. Actually, 50. 50 would probably be more of like Christmas time, right? New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's live stream at midnight for the
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
And then-
we'll figure it out.
and
We'll
then,
figure
like,
it out.
When the ball drops, we all like, I don't know, make out.
See,
Never mind.
there's
I
that
love
there's
this
that
ball,
fucking
man.
marine stuff. It's just poking its ugly turtle head out again.
All right, let's start our first topic.
Johnathan Majors.
Johnathan Majors.
Johnathan Majors.
Let's start off with telling our audience who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah, Dave, I think you're the best equipped one to tell us, so go ahead.
Dude, we started this off. And Dave was like,
Literally,
"Who the fuck is Johnathan Majors?"
yeah. So apparently, he's a guy. Second season of Loki. He graduated from Yale. That's pretty cool.
Dude, Dave pulled up the wiki. Oh no.
He's gonna be Kang
Time
the
out.
Conqueror.
Can we just appreciate that Jordan just called this a wiki?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
here.
fucking up.
So Johnathan Majors, one of my favorite characters in the MCU right now. Not that there's a big competition of them.
One of your favorite characters in the MCU right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has been accused of abusing two. I think a little bit more than two at this point. I think the number keeps growing. Obviously, once the train starts, it's
Is
kinda hard to
obviously
stop it.
really the word we want to use.
I feel like it happens quite a bit. Like once there's one whistleblower in an incident like this, there's usually more to follow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he's dealing with right now, and that means big things for the MCU. Disney as a whole, they don't know if they're gonna have to part ways with him as Kang, and then at that point, that changes like the whole big bad situation for Marvel
So-
right now.
Just to like add to that, like why we're talking about it is he was Kang the Conqueror in I think Loki.
Yeah, and Ant-Man.
Okay, I haven't seen Quantumania. I knew he was in the Loki one.
I don't think that Marvel's actually recast any of the major characters yet. Oh no, that's not true. They did Thanos. They recast Thanos. It was some weird like stage dude. But I mean, they've never recast somebody with as much screen time, I guess, as him. I don't think they're gonna drop him, dude. I don't think they will.
I feel like it really depends on how the trial plays out because
All right, so what did he do?
realistically-
What did he do?
it's allegedly. I'm pretty sure allegedly. I haven't. It's hard to get a clear answer. But
Did
obviously,
Ezra Miller a fan?
I was gonna say let's look at DC real quick.
We'll get into that later. But is that what happened, or was this like sexual abuse?
No, this is like.
No, it
I'm pretty
sounded
sure
like
this is just
he
physical abuse. Physical and
physically
emotional
assaulted
is the
someone.
claim.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
what is
mean-
emotion?
Being a man, like, pretty sure we dish out a lot of emotional damage, so I can see that.
Dude, you know
Yeah.
what? No, let's
Nah.
save this for another stream. But yeah, I mean, essentially, it sounds like he beat a woman. Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
Multiple, either multiple beatings or multiple.
was it
women.
multiple? I thought it was multiple of the same one.
It seems like it's gonna be multiple
He
people.
is just
It started off as just one.
beating bitches up left and right,
Dave, you're missing an
Yeah.
opportunity here.
and one of them was like, you know, this is the first one. And now,
It's-
now dude's sitting on trial, like.
He needs some milk.
yeah, there it is. There it is.
What a weird.
No, I agree. Here's the one thing though.
Today, Junior.
You can. There's. It's funny because Disney's kind of done some stuff that would hint that they would recast him. They've
Really?
completely removed the mention of Johnathan Majors in Ant-Man Quantumania on Disney Plus.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna check that right now.
Yeah.
This dude is fucked.
Yeah, it's a very broad description now. And I don't know if they've changed Loki. I'm assuming they have if they changed Ant-Man. I think they're doing it as a precaution, right? They're not making any statements, which is good because they definitely jumped the ball on the Johnny Depp trial. Like
Right,
by a
they
mile.
fucked up. They fucked up
Yeah,
big time.
horribly.
Big time.
So I don't think it's out of the realm for Johnathan Majors to get recast, especially with what happened to Johnny Depp and like all the stuff that came out about that.
I don't know, man. It wouldn't be MCU's first recasting.
Yeah, but I
Name another
It's a
major
shame.
one though.
Fucking Iron Patriot.
yeah, I mean, he wasn't big
Don Cheadle?
in the moment.
Hold
Yeah.
on. You think that recasting of Rhodes is the same as the main fucking villain?
If that's the next arc they were going to, sure, but no one's like guaranteed that yet. Like Kang's been a character in the MCU for fucking like several different series.
Well, you know what they could do? Actually, no, you haven't seen Quantumania yet. They already said like there's fucking 10 trillion of this guy, and they all look the same.
Yeah,
They kind of
Yeah, you do
fucking
see-
dove into it.
yeah.
They might
It's
be
a
able to do
slippery
a
slope
variant.
right
They
now,
might be
right?
able to do like a variant thing, you know. But
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
sound like there's enough of him to like make it a big deal to recast yet.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
I
not as sunk in.
don't know, man.
as-
He was really good.
He was so
Fine,
good.
but
though.
you can't beat women.
Well,
Into
actually,
it.
I
here we
mean-
go. I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on here for a second,
You
guys.
can. There's just consequences.
And hold on, let's just go ahead and
I'm gonna mute
let's
Jordan
go
real
ahead and
quick.
take a look at the
Uh,
bigger picture, guys.
Tony.
Chef Big Dog, mute.
let's go ahead and take a look at the bigger picture real quick. If anything, he's showing the best characteristics of a villain, right? So who would be better
It's a very
to
optimistic
be
view.
a big bad?
It's a very
Honestly,
optimistic view.
promote him.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
You think he wants to do this?
But I don't think Kang's storyline was he was a villain, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Not in Loki.
Yep. Don't care about
Well-
Loki.
Well,
No, Kang in general.
Yeah, major bad guy. Master
there
of
is a
time.
version of Kang that I think tries to save the world.
I know he's
universe.
a bad guy, but I don't think universally.
Yep.
Like is
Major bad guy.
okay. Fair enough.
Tony, but there is a version of him that tries to save like the multiverse from himself, right?
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
I haven't done as much Marvel comics as I have DC comics, so
Yeah.
It's okay, Dave.
sometimes
Nobody's
stuff like
perfect.
I like DC comics more.
Like I said, not everybody can be right all the time.
Hey, who's your favorite fucking superhero, Tony,
Favorite of all time?
of all time?
Ezra Miller.
Optimus Prime? Is that a superhero? He's
Shut
got a
the fuck
comic.
up.
He's got a
No.
comic series.
No,
I think the rule. Actually, I looked it up. The rule in superheroes is if they have a crossover with GI Joe, they're not superheroes.
Damn it.
I don't make the
Okay.
rules.
All right, fine.
No.
Transformers is out.
if they have a TikTok crossover with Vin Diesel, they're not a superhero.
Triple X is out now. Damn it.
Fuck.
If I had to go with like the amount of, I guess, investment I've ever had in a comic book character, I'd probably go with Iron Man. I was a big Iron Man fan well before the MCU started. Why? What?
I was definitely expecting Flash to come out.
Flash
of
is
your mouth.
pretty close, dude. I really
That's-
like the
that's-
Flash a lot.
That's why I said I expected Flash as well.
I've read
I
a
think
lot
that
of
was one of the
Flash.
things we've always shared. And actually, that was the first comics you talked me into buying was Flash
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and that's how we first met.
Yeah.
So.
Match made in heaven. Flash is real good.
Yeah,
Wait until we get to this movie. All right, Johnathan Majors. I don't want to see him recast. I'm hoping he didn't actually do it, but if he did it,
Yeah.
I mean, there needs to be some consequence.
Agreed. I'm hoping he didn't do it. Like you said. So I
I'd ask.
think the trial is supposed to take place in August, so we'll start seeing some
So wait a minute. I
clarification.
swear I heard that he was innocent.
So I thought that too. I know I came into the chat yesterday and talked about it. I saw a video on YouTube that said innocent, the trial, and I listened to it, and it sounded like they had already made a decision. So that's the news I was coming off of. But then I started researching it more tonight, and
Does it say anything like have multiple women came forward for it, Chef, or was it just one woman specifically?
Can we?
yeah, from what I'm seeing, I think it's a couple exes of his have come forward now.
Yeah, he's fucked. Yeah.
So,
See ya.
is your only news source on this YouTubers?
Wikipedia.
No. So that news source.
It's
So this
Park
has been
Notes,
going
Tony?
on for a while.
Okay.
That's how I figured out he was on trial was YouTube. And I'm like, then I started researching a little bit, but then when I saw he was innocent, then I went obviously to the interwebs, and from there I didn't see anything.
So it is multiple women.
It's rough, man.
From what I'm thinking, it's very hard with these.
Yeah, but like Trump got multiple women saying the same thing, and nothing happened to him.
Yeah, and then he became president.
Billionaire.
Yep.
So
When you have $1 billion, you can do whatever the fuck you
I
want.
guess.
actually,
so.
can we cast Donald Trump as King the Conqueror?
I think he may be the best supervillain for the Avengers to face.
Dude,
You just
Dude.
made Marvel money.
the giant orange villain.
Welcome to my universe.
Real evil is that fucking hair.
This universe is the greatest. It's just the
It's
greatest.
just the best.
I love it
Best
'cause it's
universe.
huge.
There's no
It's-
other universes like this. one.
Huge. It's huge.
Everyone from every other universe comes and tells me this is the best universe I've ever been to.
I'm not even supposed to have this. I'm not president anymore.
That's great.
Oh, that's good.
All right,
That's
moving
good.
on.
Next topic:
Flash.
movies. No,
Okay.
at least I want to
Shoot,
give
man.
us some time because you guys have spent some time in the movie theaters recently, right? And there have been some movie trailers. I'm sure that you went.
It's guy love between two guys. You know, you were invited. You told us to fuck off. I mean,
We got the snuggle seat. It
Mm-hmm.
is what it is.
it's called a cuddle couch.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I do like a snuggle seat. I like that one.
Yeah, man.
It-
Right.
It was good. I got a,
And
little,
I guarantee you guys didn't even have to turn on the heater because there's just enough body heat.
a lot in my undercarriage.
You
Let
shared.
me tell you.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantic.
That one's too long.
but perfectly placed. That's what she said.
Beautiful.
So let's talk about the one I'm excited about, Oppenheimer.
I don't know what that
Did you
is.
guys see a trailer for this one?
See that one? That was the first. That was the first time I saw a trailer for it. I think Tony called it like 30 seconds into the trailer, maybe not even.
Oppenheimer? Like, he knew it was Oppenheimer?
I gotta look at it because I don't remember it, to be honest.
It's about the
one
Manhattan Project.
Atom bomb.
Yeah.
What did I call about it?
I feel like you called the name out of it early on, but I will say I think they cast this fucking beautifully.
Oh my god. It's
Oh yeah, I do want to see this. Yeah, it looks cool.
There's not a face I don't recognize. I mean, they even have Robert Downey Jr. in there.
That's what you said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean they cast it beautifully. I think it's going to be an amazing movie. I think it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of more or less like part of our dark past, dude. Like say
man.
what you will about what we did with it and like what it was used for. Like it was a retaliation, right? But fuck, like we in like one push of a button, like we changed the world.
Yeah.
2 pushes of a button.
Well, you know what I mean.
The first one
Like,
had to be tested.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, we bombed them twice. One wasn't a test.
Yeah.
Fake news. We'll see about that.
No.
No, we did.
What are still out on that one?
Dude, we changed like the way war is thought of nowadays. Like,
the Cold War was a direct result of that, right? Like,
absolutely,
yeah.
And we've theoretically been in a Cold War for the last 20 some years because of it.
In the hottest fucking places in the world. I will say this. When we take a look at the cast, like you guys were saying, it is stacked. If I'm not mistaken, I need, Tony, if you would, go ahead and pull up Oppenheimer cast, because I need some clarification on this. But while he's pulling that up, I'm going to go ahead and give you some other insight to the cast. We've got Iron Man.
Fucking Jordan
in there.
Here. I didn't like when did this become Jordan's?
We've got Black Widow's sister.
We've
got Huey from The Boys.
Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh.
I don't like him. I just want to say that.
I love that guy. Jack Quaid, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Rami Malek, David Bostic. I don't know that guy.
Yeah. So no, I was gonna ask Cillian Murphy. Did he play Scarecrow in the Dark Knight series?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have Scarecrow.
Dan,
we have Iron Man, Black Widow's sister, Huey from The Boys. We've got the Martian.
Who's that guy? David
hey, we got the sparkly guy from Suicide Squad.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Why do I know this face?
And
we've got the Green
Freddie
Goblin.
Mercury.
Green Goblin. Fucking Gary Oldman's in it. Gary Oldman's a national treasure.
Who is David Dastmalchian? He looks like he was in the Dark Knight too, I think.
He was something.
This guy. I told you, dude. He's been in a ton of shit. Of shit. He's one of those faces that like he's been in every fucking movie, but
get out of me. His face is fucking horrible.
Yeah. No offense, David.
No, David, your face is scary as shit.
But I mean, like the cast looks great. I'm very excited for it. It feels like it's a 3-hour movie. First of all, that's insane. But I think it's gonna be a good 3 hours.
Well, yeah, but dude, I think that's the future, man. I think at this point with everything and like the way streaming is and stuff, like they're not gonna shorten movies anymore, like just to make them fit. Because at the end of the day, you can just fucking watch it at home.
I think you're right in a small aspect. I think that they're trying to appeal to a different audience. Like they want people to go to the movies and like they're going to make that cinematic experience there. If it's 3 hours, you're going to invest that, right? To go to the movies. If you're not going to do that at home, you're going to watch it in like 3 sittings.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I feel better spending fucking $20 to see a 3-hour movie than
exactly.
Hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, if I don't pay $20 and if I'm not almost suffering from a UTI by the end of it, it's not worth it.
You need to
like
learn
the
to
UTI is a good experience. Well, I've actually just learned to pour the cup out and then just go in there during the movie if I need to. So.
Did you learn that overseas?
Yeah. Buddy showed me.
Oh my god. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. You guys got any movies that you were excited for?
No. Not specific.
All right. Nothing to look forward to. Great. Next part of the podcast.
Let me look real quick. Hold on.
Well, dude, we got to move on. So if you see something, maybe we'll come back.
Beetle?
Blue Beetles. It could be good. It could be terrible. I don't know.
All right.
I'm not excited.
There's the rundown.
I like the cast again. I'll just say that. But Flash.
All right.
Number one, first thing that pissed me off was the...
Listen, Dave, we have to go through the likes first and then critiques. So what did you like about it? All right, so what I liked about it was a fantastic Batman movie. every time Batman's on the screen, like, my eyes lit up. It was fun. It was energetic. There's a lot of really good humor in it, too. I just wish that it wasn't 100% at the Flash's expense. I really, really like Supergirl, too. I thought she was fantastic.
She was. Absolutely, she was.
The CGI in parts is, like, phenomenal. And then in other parts, not so much.
Horrible.
Yeah. I think the movie deserves its rating. You know, I think it got like a 70%, 60-70%. And I think that's solid. But it pretty much ruins the Flash's character. I agree with Dave.
I'll tell you what I like. First and foremost, again, to reiterate with Tony, bringing Michael Keaton back as Batman, fuck yes.
Sign me up.
Hell yeah. And it was like fucking classic, like badass Batman, like beautiful Batman movie. Other than that, I like the way they did the time iterations and like the time remnant and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a nice nod to like the CW stuff.
I thought that was cool. I think I mentioned like right on, I was like, the villain from Flash, and then I couldn't think of the name, and then like fucking half an hour into it, I was like, fucking Savitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what sorry, Chef. That's what it turned out to be.
There was a lot that the movie did do right. It's just that Ezra Miller isn't the Flash to me. He's just not very good.
Unfortunately, became a Ford Grant Gustin, but
yeah.
I will say, as far as Flash and Flash lore and like what I would have liked to seen from Flash movie, it was there-ish.
So like he runs back in time, and this is like super fucking campy, but like how he actually does it is on this treadmill. So like he runs at the speed of light on a treadmill, and that lets him go and pick a point in time, like through the speed force.
Like backwards and forwards, yeah.
So like they kind of did this riff on it, which I thought was really clever in a way that didn't make it seem super campy. So like he runs until he hits a certain speed, and then all of a sudden he can, as long as he's running, he can see like all these different pathways and all these different worlds that are taking place on different decisions. So then he can pick a point and then go there. Oh, Nicolas Cage Superman was in it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fighting a giant spider. It's batshit crazy, dude. It's off the wall.
I mean, it's unfortunately it's a good movie.
I agree. Unfortunately, it is a good movie.
At the end of the day, I enjoyed it. It had its ups and downs. A lot of stuff I disagreed with. A lot of stuff that I thought was cool. But it was good, man. I really liked when they did the like Barry running into like young Barry, and then they did the like Back to the Future thing where they're like, no, it's fucking
the other guy that fucking played it.
The other guy,
not Michael J. Fox. It was clever. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, that was fucking.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff. Like, if you can see this, Jordan, his younger self gets like Speed Force powers, and he actually takes a Batman suit and like spray paints over it. Like, you can see the bat symbol there.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
Like, that's such a nice little touch. But like, I say it again, every piece of humor that happens in this movie is at Barry Allen's expense. So like, it's hard to see him as like this badass superhero or even a tortured character. Yeah. Ezra Miller does knock it out of the park at the end, though. When he's talking to his mom, I choked up because so like the whole premise of the movie is that he wants to save his mom, right? You learn that in the Justice League, the Snyder Cut stuff, and he finds out that he can go back in time, and he's talking to Batman, Ben Affleck, Batman, and he's like, "Look, man, I can just run back there," and Ben Affleck's like, "No, you never want to do that. You don't mess with the time frame." He's like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it anyways." So he runs back and saves his mom. And then when he's trying to go back to his time, he gets slapped in the face by this time remnant guy. Don't worry about him yet. And he gets knocked out where the younger Flash is, right? So he loses his powers trying to get him powers because the world's subtly different. It's kind of neat.
And then at the end of it, Tony cried like a grown man child.
So he saves his fucking mom, and he loves his mom, right? And in the end of it, he's got to go back in time and let his mom die, like purposefully let her die. And they still never tell you who did it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, well, he's not the detective.
He's kind of.
I was so fucking amazed. They never, a single time, brought Reverse Flash into it. Not
I know,
even
right?
A little bit of like yellow lightning or something.
No
Nothing.
Reverse Flash. Turns out the
They
main
don't
bad
have to
guy.
do that.
Spoilers. Anybody hasn't seen it?
Dude, they can't change it. They can't.
The main
you
bad
can't
guy
do that.
is actually this Flash. He turns into the main bad guy.
He's a time remnant, yeah.
Yeah.
But they can't.
Look at Jordan's
Here's
face.
the problem I'm having is they're leaving that so maybe he can go back and realize, oh shit, like this is who killed her. But like, dude, they should have left something. Like, give
Yeah,
me a
man.
little reverse
Yeah.
flash, a little leak, a little fucking dribble of it, and they didn't like.
Missed opportunity.
that-
Yeah.
And that's not something they can change. If they change that, they ruin the Flash, his story, all of it. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And they
But
can't
the
do
problem is that Dave, that nobody really cares about it. Like, I appreciate that viewpoint. I would love to have seen that, but these people, they don't give a shit.
Well, also, Dave, you could have guaranteed the fact that he wasn't going to be in there because Tony said that he would be during the trailer review that we did.
it. But it's base story. Like that.
It's the story.
The Flash.
Yeah,
That is
but
like,
anything that
the
Tony
Flash
said
at his
will
core,
happen.
Eobard
It will
on
not happen.
fucks his mom with his hand. Like, it's,
Like,
Ugh,
it's the Tony
Dave,
effect.
it's not like that. But he does he judo chops, vibrate judo chops her.
dude,
Oh, he penetrated his mom with his
No,
hand?
no.
hard. Like,
Really, it sounded a lot like he penetrated his mom with his hand.
No.
Split her in half, maybe with his hand. Is that better? I don't.
Yeah, so the movie's worth watching. I really did enjoy it. It's just that I want Barry Allen to be cooler, just because I like him, and like the Wonder Woman throws a lasso around him, the lasso of truth,
I'm a virgin.
and he fucking splurts out that he's a virgin immediately. The Flash is a virgin? No.
Well, this one is. I can believe that.
I will say, I like that they introduced Iris.
Yeah, but they did in Justice League.
From the Google Dolls.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move this into some questions for you guys about the movie. As a bystander who hasn't seen it, I know we didn't get to touch on that before we started the spiel.
Dave, where'd you go?
One sec. Sorry.
All right, no, do what you got to do. Hit me with those questions, Jordan.
Okay, I'll ask him separately for Dave later. But first of all, what did you think of General Grodd Krovey being in the film?
Who?
General Grodd Krovey.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know. Whoever the first Superman villain was.
Zod?
Yeah, sure.
General Zod. It's a very important, pivotal moment for this world, so it was good. I liked it.
Okay. Number 2, favorite quote in the movie.
I don't have one.
What do you mean you don't have one? Did you watch it?
Yep, I did.
I
Don't
watched
have
the
a
trailer
favorite
several
quote.
times, and I can tell you my favorite quote already.
Well, that's fine. I don't have a favorite quote.
All right, so he's not a real cinematic. Okay, and then number 3, would this film take away? Would you be willing to turn a blind eye to the fan that got his shit rocked because of how good this film was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What film?
Would you be willing to forgive Ezra Miller for his actions against his fan?
No,
If he
man.
just beat
No,
the
I
shit out
hope
of
that I don't see him in
Wouldn't
any
matter.
more movies ever again.
Okay, all right.
He's a
Dave, I'm
good
gonna ask you
actor
the same
too.
one.
He's a good actor, but like at the end of the day, he fucking ruins all the franchises that I love. Goodbye Harry Potter and goodbye The Flash.
Yeah.
Why do you
Yeah.
think? So he sucked in Fantastic Beasts, but I don't think he ruined that part of the franchise.
Did you watch The Secrets of Dumbledore?
Yeah, they were bad,
Yep.
but I don't think it was like.
He's involved. And I hold him accountable. The man who played in Hannibal, I refuse to believe that he's a fucking part of the reason it failed. I refuse.
That's fair. Dave, I'm going to ask you the same stuff. I basically asked Tony what he thought of General Grodd Krovey.
I don't get that joke. I don't see why that's funny. He's talking about
Dave.
General Zod.
I'm asking Dave, Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why'd you call him Rod
It's
Krovey?
okay. Okay, next question. What was
It's
your
like
favorite
you
quote in the movie?
My favorite quote in the movie.
Yeah.
I told him I didn't
Oh.
have one, so let's move on.
Hashtag Michael Keaton.
All right.
All right, that's fair. And then you already answered my third one, so that's it.
Wow. Thanks for that riveting.
Can we
Absolutely
go back to the
riveting.
first question?
What was that?
Can we go back to the first question?
Do we,
Yeah.
Dave? Do we have to?
What did you call Zod?
Grodd Krovey.
Why?
I don't know his name.
But I told you his name.
I know, but then I wasn't going to change the question for Dave. That would be biased.
Logical, reasonable.
That would be
but-
biased polling.
You're not
I-
going to influence him by giving him the correct question.
We don't know that. If I change the
I
dependent
think he's a
variables,
terrible fucking actor.
you think he's terrible?
I think he's so bad.
I like him.
Everything I've ever seen him in, What is he from? Like,
Man of Steel.
Superman.
Yeah.
General Grodd Kirby hasn't, but I think General Zod played in Man of Steel.
It was Man of Steel,
Okay.
not Superman.
So-
and Superman
You're right.
versus Batman.
What's the difference between Man of Steel and Superman?
okay, here's my
Title
problem
of the
with it.
fucking movie.
Here's my problem with it is I keep just seeing him in 8 Mile beating fucking B Rabbit's mom in a trailer. And so every time I see Zod, I'm like, I can't take him seriously.
It's fair. It's hard.
like if
It's
you
very
put
hard
Daniel
to
Radcliffe
separate.
in there. I'd be like, where's Expelliarmus, bro?
Yeah,
Why you ain't
very
fucking
hard to
looking at that?
separate actors sometimes from works that you've previously seen them in.
So there's also a scene where he saves like 13 babies and throws one in a microwave. That's funny for no reason.
And then it dings at the end.
And he eats while he's doing it because they want to make him literally look as dumb as possible.
Because for whatever reason, he has like a calorie counter on his asshole.
I mean, it is a thing from the comics, but he's never like had a battery
Sure.
level.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. There was a lot I liked and there was a lot I didn't like. And overall, I'm happy to see The Flash get his movie. And I think it was acceptable. And that's where I'll end it.
Yeah, unfortunately, fortunately, it is a good movie. I really, again, love the costume. I think it looks fantastic. Actually, all the costumes in this, I think, were really, really well done. Unfortunately, most of my gripes are like comic book based and like character based, so it's not even that it's a bad movie. It's just that I want to see Barry Allen be cooler than this. So I
and
say
have to
go
back
see it.
on that bullshit ass pose he keeps doing through the whole movie.
He, like flicking his hand. I hate it.
Although, dude, that one part when he's like, they're in the like police
The
station, and he's, like,
museum. Yeah, dude. When he lost his powers, I was grudgingly laughing. I'm like, oh, I'm so mad, but this is hilarious. Anywho,
Yeah.
Dave, do you recommend it?
Yeah.
I say go see it.
Yep. I think you should see it. I don't think you should expect a lot, but I think you should see it.
Now, Secret Invasion. Jordan, what'd you think?
It very much. It's got some work to do for me. I think it has potential, but from what I've seen, I'm only an episode and a half in. I feel like it's kind of slow in the beginning for me. And to be honest, I don't really know what the purpose is. I really don't know what Nick Fury's purpose is. Obviously, I'm hoping that gets answered by the longer I watch it. But by episode 1, it kind of just feels like this was a show that I don't know. Like why was it here?
All right, can I go now?
What?
All right, I'm gonna go. This show, okay. So, Nick Fury is when they talked about him being in Saber, and I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, like what was going on with him there. He was called the Man on the Wall. So, like, he was single-handedly defending the Earth when SHIELD fell apart from alien invasion. So, like, that's what he was doing after the snap, because there is no more SHIELD. I really thought that the first 2 episodes really do set it up pretty well. And I think that there's a lot of world building that they're trying to do, you know, like with the Secret Service, not Secret Service, well, like spy agencies and like how they interact and stuff. What has been happening with the Skrulls? Because everybody's had the question since Captain Marvel, because everybody loved that movie. What happened to them?
Fucking suck.
Who is everybody?
We don't need to talk
Can I
about
just
that.
say, I think I love Nick Fury as a character, but I think this show's a money grab and them trying to just get in a different market. People interested in like spy shit. I think that's all it is.
It's not, but
It is.
okay. Oh, I have to respectfully disagree with that. First off, this
Hey,
is
fuck you, man.
Yeah, right. I said respectfully. This did happen in the comics, except for in the comics they all they took over more superheroes, right? Because there's things called Super Skrulls that can like imitate powers as well as faces. They kind of imitated a lot of the Avengers, and it come to find out like they'd been here for years or even decades on some of them. So it's kind of a cool story. I don't know how far they're going to lean into that, but I do want to know what happens to the Skrulls. You know, like I cared about them after that movie, and I think this is doing a good job of setting up that world. Whether it's going to be a good show or not is yet to be seen.
I will say, I mean, it was something they kind of just left behind. Like they set that up in Captain Marvel, and then they kind of just like threw her into Infinity War.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, man.
Okay, but we set all this up, and then we left it. So I haven't seen it, but I think it's cool that you're saying that like they're doing something with it. I do appreciate that.
Now on the negative parts, I do kind of
Hold on,
agree.
how did you? How did you find out about the man on the wall? Did they mention that in the show?
No, that's a comic book thing.
Okay, so then if you didn't know anything about comic books,
They're gonna explain.
how would you
it.
say?
They're gonna explain.
Yeah, but how would you
We'll
say
hit
that
it.
the first 2 episodes have done explaining what's his purpose right now?
Okay, so they're doing a good job of dropping the crumbs. So, like, if you go back and watch it again, and granted, you said you didn't put a lot of effort in, but they do drop crumbs. They're like, what were you doing up there, sitting on that chair in the space station? Why did you go there and abandon us? Right? That's the audience saying, "Hey, what the fuck are you even doing?" So that's gonna come up in the show. They talk about Nick Fury's wife. They talk about the other Skrull dude's wife and how she died, and how Gaia's mom is that dude's wife, but they don't talk about that Gaia necessarily being his daughter. So, like, there's a lot of questions. They're dropping all these crumbs. They're trying to build this world so that you're like, I want to come in next week to find out what they tell me next. It was a little bit slow. I liked the action and the exposition. I think Emilia Clarke knocked it out of the park. I've seen her in a lot of bad shit, so, like, I'm happy to see that she's doing well here. The political context, though, I feel is kind of exhausting. There's a lot of appeal to black culture in this. And I don't want to spoil too much, but that kind of gets turned on its head in the second episode. So, like, the first episode, it's like, there isn't enough, like, tolerance in this world for just us, let alone another species. So, like, they're really talking about black and white people and how we can't seem to figure this out. And they kind of, like, throw that on its head in the second episode, which I kind of liked. And Don Cheadle's involved in that. But we'll see how it plays out.
Daenerys Targaryen is in this fucking show?
Yeah, man. She does a really good job. Jordan, you didn't know it was her, did you?
Fuck, I bet.
I had never watched Game of
I
Thrones,
bet she was fucking amazing. God,
but I will say this: she was good
Okay.
in Never. And it was a chick flick. I'll look it up. I know everyone's dying to know what I'm talking about.
Today, Junior.
And they hit a point where, like, they find out that
Go fuck yourself.
got him. They make a point to say that there are millions of these Skrulls on the planet now. Now, it's not just the original, like, 1,000 or something like that. This is a big problem. And they're kind of blaming Nick Fury for a lot of the problems. And so is the government. So
Tony,
Yeah,
the
it's.
Skrulls themselves don't have power, though, do they?
they can shapeshift. They can change. They're immune to, like,
I think they
radiation.
definitely have like
And they're
super strength at least, right?
yeah, they're stronger than us. I mean, that's kind of like the whole, like, Marvel joke is that humans are, like, the weakest beings. Like, we're the base model that everything gets built from. But yeah, so they're a little bit stronger than us. They're immune to radiation and they can shapeshift. They explain all that in Captain Marvel.
The one thing I want from this show, though, and I, as someone who didn't buy into the whole I care about the Skrulls and Captain Marvel, the show seems a lot of like a big thing that resonates with me is, or I guess a big thing that I'm catching a lot of is Nick Fury feels responsible for trying to find a new world for the Skrulls, which I think he promised before in Captain Marvel. Am I right?
So he kind of promised. When you see more of episode 2, they flush this out, but he kind of does it afterward. And I think that's kind of a big gripe I have about it is that, like, so he, like, beams down, right? And he fucking trips and he's holding his knee and you're like, oh man, that dude's old, right? And then they proceed to tell you for the next 45 minutes about how old fucking Nick Fury is. You know what I'm saying? Like, show, don't tell. You don't need to beat our heads with it, yet we get it. He may not be ready to be back here, but you don't
Dude,
gotta keep
that's so
fucking reminding
funny.
him.
Oh my god, because I took that a completely different route. I didn't think it was because he was old at all. I thought it was because the gravity change just feels different whenever he's walking again.
Okay.
I was like, it's probably good that they.
So
added the
maybe
extra.
they need to beat us to death with it. But he just doesn't. It's almost like he's a petulant kid, right? Like, he fucked up and he's not owning it. Like, he's not ever saying, "Oh man, I'm sorry for this happening." He just keeps, like, making excuses after excuses and saying he's trying to save the world. He's trying to do what's right. But, like, dude,
aren't
you
the
fucked
Skrull
it
our
up.
ally?
What?
Aren't the Skrull, like, humanity's ally?
No,
Well,
they're like
anymore.
a hidden race. Like, so, like, they are an ally of Nick Fury, right? So they're like
Some of them, yeah.
they're supporting his like spy activity. But they're not necessarily like part of the government. Then he gets fucking snapped away in the blip, and a whole boatload of them are like, "Hey man, where'd you go? What do we do now?" So they kind of start forming their own like social groups and stuff.
Yeah, he looks old as dog shit.
Oh, they
do a
definitely
good job.
Really,
They
good
do a
job.
good job in the throwback.
They don't
scenes,
gotta
I
do a
think.
good
He looks
job.
really
He's
good in the young
Older
version.
than dinosaur shit, man. He's
They
an
do
old
a really
man
good
fucking-
job with it. There's a lot of
No,
clever filmmaking in it too. Like you'll see some people like turn into scrolls, but it's like focused out and not detailed on them because they're focusing on somebody else. That's just to slash the budget, right? So they don't have to put a bunch of people in makeup. But, like you don't think about that when it's happening. It's just well done.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, I'm ready to be out of the phase of Marvel where it's everyone dealing with their own PTSD from the blip. I feel like that's what we've gotten so much of, is everyone dealing with how the blip affected them. I get it, it's a big event that happened, but I don't think I want everyone's perspective in the way that they're giving it to me.
Yeah, I can appreciate
Nick
that.
Fury is not Nick Fury in this, from what I've seen so far. Mariah Hill says it best. She's like,
Maria.
Mariah Carey Hill.
Got it. Yep.
She says it best. She says the Nick Fury I know is usually 3 steps ahead, and basically says like, that's not you right now. Like you're just winging it, and you're gonna get someone killed.
See, that's what that's one of my ups, right? That's what I kind of like about it. They show this like character who, for the past, I don't know, how long has the MCU been around? Like 15 years, 10, 15 years? Who's been the master at chess. He knows what's happening before anything is happening. But Thanos won, and it shook him.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with you too, man. Like we're 5 years past the snap now? Like this should have came out 5 years ago.
Man, like fucking, like these people, they're still reiterating it and stuff. But like 9/11, people still talk about it today, and that was one country.
That's true.
This was
That's true.
half of the world's population, like billions of people.
WandaVision though was
that's
the
a good
only
point.
MCU thing that came out in Phase 4 that didn't have something to do with it.
I don't think Nick Fury is Nick Fury. I think Nick Fury is a Skrull.
You need to watch the show.
Yeah, we'll
Fine.
see.
I think
Anything
Nick
could be
Fury's a
possible.
So, like, in the comics, Nick Fury had LMDs. They were life model decoys. That was constantly a thing where, like, oh no, Nick died. And then you walk over there and it's a robot. You're like, God damn it, Nick. What happened again?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a Skrull decoy for Nick Fury.
No, he's an LMD. He's going to be a robot.
So here's what I need, though. I need in this show, by the conclusion of it, Tony, you have a lot more comic book knowledge than me. So I'm going to tell you what it looks like on my standpoint with no comic book knowledge, only seeing the MCU stuff.
Okay.
Nick Fury is built up as this absolute pinnacle, like you said, master chess player. And realistically, he's basically just been really good at gathering the right people for the right job that get the job done correctly. Maybe not the best way, right? There's a lot of destruction and stuff, but he wins.
He does
most
what's
of the time.
necessary to win.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, not knowing anything of the comics, that's not enough from the MCU for me to be like, oh, this is a badass character. I'm wanting to see why he's badass. I need this show to show me why he's badass.
I don't think he's that badass in the comics either, though.
No, he's not. He's not necessarily badass. It's about the information that he knows, and they do a good job of doing that over there. He's not like walk into the room and beat the fuck out of some kind of badass.
It's like an informational warfare type of shit,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Well, yeah, but I need to know why it's Nick Fury that has to be in this position and why it can't be anyone else.
It's
That
like like a strategic advantage. It's not like he's a badass motherfucker. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have this leg up. He's just like, this is what he does. This is what he's good at. And like strategically, he knows what he's doing.
So they will tell us why he's in the satellite eventually. If they don't, the series, I'll agree with you, the series will be bad. They need to explain to us where he's been precisely for the last 5 years and what was going on.
That's what the point of all these shows have been, though, so far.
Yeah.
It's explaining what's been going on in between what we've seen in the movie. And so I think they will. I mean, I think
they've dropped too many narrative like breadcrumbs at this point to not explain.
But they're not going to rush into it. because they can
Yeah,
put
right.
6 seasons out and make several millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Dude, She-Hulk kind of
Before
fucked them
they
though.
even
Like
get
they did
anything.
not do well with She-Hulk.
Yeah,
It
but
was
no one wanted that show.
Jordan.
They were on
did.
this femme fatale bullshit. No one wanted this fucking show.
But
It actually
No
ended
one
up being the
needed it.
show I didn't know I wanted. Whenever she started twerking.
oh my god, I think that I think the first 2 episodes set up the show very well. Yes, they were slow. I think that's a reasonable critique. But I'm excited to see where it goes.
This is what I want. Every show has made me miss the character when it's gone. I need a reason to miss Nick Fury when he's gone. In my opinion, this is probably going to be one of the last things we see Nick Fury in.
It'll probably be the last. I think he's gonna die at the end.
Yeah,
They're
so
trying to retire him as a
I need a reason to miss him, and I'm hoping that's what they give me. I'm not saying that it's beyond reach, but if you're telling me he's not badass, I need to know why he is a niche person, like why he is pivotal. And Black Widow was on that chopping block for a while, right? Like she was cool to watch, but like, what does she serve? And then Endgame,
Scarlett Johansson?
Black Widow, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. I'm good. I'll remember.
Okay, thanks
but-
for asking that question, Dave.
But when you compare it to the Avengers, it's like why is she here? I mean, same thing with Hawk. It's like why is Hawkeye here? And it's you get that
You
answer.
have
need
that answer for Nick Fury. Like you have that answer. He was the guy that brought everybody together. He was leading the charge.
Oh yeah, no, I can see why he's here in Avengers. Why does he need his own show now? That's what I need to know.
I just told you, man. You gotta give it time. They're gonna tell you.
I know, and I'm telling you, that's what I need to see. I need to see why he's so niche to have a show right now. I'm not saying that they haven't done it. I just said that's what I need to see.
And
but
that's,
after
again-
She-Hulk, it's not unfair to say, will it happen?
Yes, I agree. And that's what scares me about the fucking Disney shit, dude. Is they're trying to do their own thing. They have their own agenda and they're trying to make money on the side. And they're not giving like the actual fans the story they need to stay committed and what they want.
It's
Like
been a
what
problem,
we
yeah.
put the pieces together. They're just building these stories and trying to build these new characters for people to love that they can market.
At the end of this,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a Super Skrull, and Nick Fury's gonna die. I really think that this more than any of the other series that we've had is just tying up loose threads from the plot of old Marvel movies.
But wasn't Nick Fury Skrull before?
Yeah, he was in No Way Home.
Yep. It was after credits scene though, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, this whole show is gonna go on, and then season 17, they're gonna be like, he's a scroll.
It's not, dude. No Marvel show has even hit season 2 yet, so I doubt
Loki's coming
that.
up.
I think this is going to be a standalone. I don't think they're going to make a season 2. I think we're going to get a complete story.
I will watch it. I just haven't had the motivation to do it yet. Like, sit down. I like to binge things like all through once, like it's a movie, and I haven't had that dedication.
I think this is
When
worth
does it
your
come
time,
out?
yeah.
Like day-wise?
Wednesday-
What day of the
Wednesdays.
week does it come out on? Okay.
WED.
I'm waiting till all of it's out, then I'll do it.
Okay, I'll let you
Yeah.
know when it's all out. I guess.
I don't like the weekly thing, dude.
I know you're a.
I'm
Gen
new
Z.
gen, bro.
Yeah, you're Gen Z.
I want to binge it.
Do we have time to talk about one more thing?
Sure.
We can edit whatever. the
Since
fuck
we
you
are
want, dude.
recording this in
This
advance,
is live. We can do whatever you want, Jordan.
kindly shut the fuck up.
Let me show you
Um,
my asshole.
Thank you, Dave.
Since we
I
are
appreciate you.
recording this in advance, I don't actually have a timer telling me how long we have been. Motherfucker. All right, Dave's muted.
No, come on.
No. Oh, Dave, no.
All right, I don't have a timer telling me how long we've been on. So
Yeah.
hit me,
I
hit me,
think-
Jordan.
I think at this point, Tony, you cut out what's good or cut out what's bad and keep what's good. And
You know I do that every week. Thanks for telling me.
And I like Dave's
you
idea
watch my
though.
podcast.
No, I like Dave's idea. Let's
You
cut
watch
out
your
what's
podcast. Motherfucker, I watch your podcast live. Suck my dick.
Language.
let's cut out what's good and leave
Only the bad. So it's
Keep that
gonna be
part
it's
in.
just gonna be you laughing into your mic because nobody can hear it. It's gonna be Jordan like
yeah, it's gonna be that, and then it's gonna be 23 Tony going
23. Fuck, it's gonna be more than that.
rookie numbers. No, I might beat you this week. But let's talk about Daredevil. Daredevil is a show I'm gonna be excited for. I know that we have had some questionable shows. We've also had some really good ones. I personally love Loki. Loki season 2 is coming out.
Loki was good.
I have a lot of hope
enjoyed
for that.
Loki.
But Daredevil, I've heard that has been put on the books for 18 episodes.
The Netflix Daredevil, the first season is lightning in a bottle. It never got better than the first season. It was fantastic.
Yes.
The second season was good. Third season was okay. I wanted to see more of it. I don't know yet what this is gonna be. It could be amazing, but I need it to be gritty and I need it to be real world like the Netflix series was. Marvel is like sorely lacking that.
Well, how did you feel about him in She-Hulk? What did you think about his cameos in there?
I hated his cameos in She-Hulk.
Terrible.
Are you serious?
100%. What he was a piece of ass, Jordan.
Dude.
Yeah, all he was there for was it was just to get a hot piece of ass out there so that she could moon over him. It made men look bad. That's all it was. I hated it. Didn't like it.
Yeah, we're more than just a piece of meat, ladies.
I think that as far as like shows have gone, DC is shitting on Marvel.
Ooh. All right, so I really like The Flash, but WandaVision exists, and it deserves an Emmy. It was some of the best television I think I've ever seen. It's really good.
Right, but they have Flash, they have Arrow, they have Legends of Tomorrow.
Let's dissect this. Let's dissect this. Okay, Arrow, season 1, best Batman series I've ever seen. Arrow season 2, hot garbage. Arrow season 3, everybody stop watching it.
Dude, I've loved Arrow through and through. Like that show's been so fucking good. Like the development of him and like the cast and like his story building up into where he was and like
I like certain
Tony,
aspects
I got this
of
question.
it, but
it hasn't been 100% canon.
hit it.
I'll give you that if that's what you're going to get into. Like,
nope, I wasn't gonna. You hit it, Jordan.
Dave, how much of WandaVision have you seen?
0. I haven't even started.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Okay, so like Arrow,
But that's one show compared to 4, dude.
I think that show is better than all 4, hands down. I hands down. Now,
Dude,
I really enjoyed Arrow also. I like the characters a lot. It's just not. It's super campy. After season 4, it just went straight downhill. The Flash is also really campy. Grant Gustinson does an amazing job. But the dude who plays what's the Hispanic guy's name? I can't even think of it now.
Cisco Ramon?
Yeah, Cisco. The guy who plays Cisco is one of the worst actors on the planet.
Dude, I fucking love Vibe.
All right. I'm not taking away that you like him, okay? That's fantastic, Dave. I like it too. But it's not even on the same caliber as WandaVision.
Dave, I think you really need to watch WandaVision because it's hard to say something. It's hard to compare the two if you haven't seen WandaVision. Because WandaVision is really good, but I like everything, right? I will say this.
That's true. He does like
Marvel
everything.
has crashed and burned.
Have you watched The Flash, Jordan?
I have. I stopped watching after season 2. The reason I actually started watching The Flash was because of the cameo and Arrow, and I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. But like I said, not a lot of comic book knowledge. Don't have a lot of reason to want to watch The Flash, right? Arrow was like my first superhero show.
Universe, but yeah.
And
Turns
what was
out
that?
Jordan is a Batman fan.
Oh yeah, dude, I like The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was my first introduction to Batman.
Dude, Arrow is literally Dark Knight the series. Like it's it's great.
Well, if that's the case, I'm sure they're great.
But
Batman with
Yeah. But like She-Hulk, right? Like that was horrible. On average, I would say compared to the worst of Marvel and the best of Marvel, on average, DC probably does better just because I don't know if DC's had their She-Hulk yet on a TV show.
now,
But Marvel
now,
by far
hold
has the
on,
best
Jordan.
TV show.
Hold on. I got
Legends of
Dave. I
Tomorrow
got
is
this.
Kind of shit.
Legends of Tomorrow is the worst show I've ever seen
I
on
haven't
television.
heard of it.
It's
I haven't heard of
very bad. It's exceptionally
And
bad.
they keep doing extra shit to tie it into fucking Flash and Arrow and like
Yeah, they do these
Supergirl and all
crossover
that
episodes.
shit.
You're like, no, I don't want to watch that. Sucks.
I will skip crossovers because I don't want to watch Legends of Tomorrow.
Dude, you can't skip the one from the last season though. You gotta watch that one. Crisis on Infinite Earths. You have to.
I watched that one.
Yeah, that one was fantastic. Ezra Miller
How is
has
Supergirl?
fucking Supergirl's real bad. It's real bad.
Does Smallville count?
Smallville was great. It did not age well.
Smallville was amazing.
It
I
didn't
liked
age
the
well, but it was
Kal-El-
really good.
I like Kal-El in Supergirl though. I like his the way
Yeah,
he
yeah.
cast it.
I
think
like
he's great.
Supergirl in it. Everybody else is terrible.
All right. Well,
At one point, like a building's falling down, so she freeze blows like the fucking foundation, and somehow that keeps it from falling over. Like, how does that physically work?
What was the debut date of Iron Man? Was it 2009?
7, I think. I think it was 2007.
2007. Okay.
I was in like middle school, dude. Like,
did anyone, Tony? What movie did you
2008,
foresee the Avengers coming out?
Ask the question again. I don't. I'm not following.
What movie was it in the MCU timeline that you knew that they were going to make an Avengers movie?
Iron Man. There's a after the credits scene where Nick Fury shows up and he's like, there's like a
that's when he started trying to recruit him.
Yeah, so there's like a news story where they're talking about the Hulk and like Bruce Banner busting out again. Fury walks in and he's like, I'm putting together a team. And I was like, what?
I wish they would have given Mark Ruffalo his Hulk origin story.
So he does have one. It's the Paramount one with Fight Club guy. What's his name?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah.
No, he got recast because they didn't want to work with him, so they cast Mark Ruffalo.
I mean, I guess that's another big one that's been recast.
You know, yeah, you're right.
That's what I mean.
What's his name? This is gonna kill me. Crickets. Give me a crickets, Dave.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. You're not my dad.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. That's it.
Yeah, there it is.
So yeah, that is the origin for the MCU. That is the only MCU movie that isn't made by Marvel.
Is
That's
it
what I
Lou
mean.
Ferrigno?
He's in the movie. He's in that movie.
Neil
That's what
McDonough?
I mean. I want Mark Ruffalo to have his Hulk origin story.
He does. It's just not Mark Ruffalo.
That's what
Eric-
I mean. I want
Is it
Mark
Eric
Ruffalo.
Bana?
You want him to
have his
reshoot the whole movie with just Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
No.
Dave, if I sent you a pirated version of Mark Ruffalo's face just photoshopped on
Yeah,
Edward Norton, would you be okay? Just want to make sure.
Dave, look, there's 2 of you in the stream now.
It's perfect.
I'm pretty.
Can we actually just make this stream all Dave next time?
Hi, I'm Dave.
If I paid for a VTube model of Dave for my camera, would you put it on the stream?
No, because that's using somebody's likeness without their permission.
Dave, do you give me permission to make a VTube model of you
No.
and use it? All right, fair enough.
Scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
All right.
there you have it. No one's excited for Daredevil except for me.
No,
It could be good. We'll see. I
could be excited. I don't have high hopes.
I don't have high hopes either. But I'm gonna watch the fucking shit out of it. I guarantee you that.
Absolutely.
All right. We're gonna call it there for this week. This is Screenplay. I am Prime Tony 112. You can find me on Twitter and all my socials on that handle. We post live episodes on Mondays and the previous week's episode on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play, wherever you get all your podcasts. So come hang out, like, and share. Jordan, you got any plugs?
Yeah, go ahead and find me on Twitch, Kick, at MomoJ. It's going to be M0M0J. And you can find me on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter being the MomoJ, Facebook being MomoJ Gaming.
Dave.
I'm Sin034. I might start Twitch streaming again. If you guys want to pop in once I start showing up. Just bought a new PC recently, so might actually be doable. Otherwise, you'll probably find me in these guys' streams because 90% of the games I'm playing is with the 2 of them. So
He is the mod on my Twitch.
I'm more featured Sin034. So thank you.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll catch you next week.